their mind was made up, man. They weren't trying to, that's how hard they worked.
Yeah.
To get him 16 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost 20. That's almost a day.
Right.
That's almost a day trying to get him off of killing that black boy.
Mm-hmm. And because you made another great point in this book here, though, another great point is that if the roles were reversed to where it was like a 29-year-old black man kill a 17-year-old white boy or a white kid,
white Hispanic as he calls himself,
right, he would have got jail time, no question about it.
Yeah, it wouldn't even been
manslaughter.
Televised. It wouldn't have not been televised.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been underground conviction, first degree murder.
Critics, however, contend 29-year-old Zimmerman, who's white and Hispanic, wrongly suspected 17-year-old Trayvon of being a criminal because he was black. Zimmerman called police to report a suspicious-looking person, then left his car with a fully loaded pistol concealed in his waistband.
He's a black male.
Okay. How old would you say he
He's got a button on his shirt. Late teens.
Late teens, okay.
These assholes, they always get away.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need you to do that.
A fight ensued, in which Zimmerman suffered a bloody nose and head injuries, and Zimmerman then shot Martin once in the heart. He died. The jurors in Florida, who deliberated for 16 hours over 2 days, found Zimmerman not guilty of second-degree murder and manslaughter.
What should we all do after the Trayvon Martin trial? I mean, man, this is a powerful title that's so intriguing.
Yeah.
As soon as somebody look at that book, they like, oh yeah, man, I need to cop that book.
Yes.
But I want to ask you before we move forward with this, where can they buy this book?
Well, first off, man, I do a lot of legwork with the book. So I like to go to up close and personal places. But as far as purchasing the book, they can either get it off of Amazon. My number is 562-786-3725. If anybody is interested in doing a Cash App or contacting me for a book or some business or speaking. I speak to youth. I speak at churches. I've even given a couple speeches for politicians. So I'm very
Would you give the listeners your number one more time, man? One more time. Give them that number one more time.
Okay, yes. Terrence McCrea, and my number is 562-786-3725.
One more time.
562-786-3725.
All right. Yeah. Reason why, because people will be like, what's that number again? Okay, they probably try to rewind it like, man, what's that number? I need to get that book. Because, the goal is to get anybody that's listening to this live broadcast or if it's on a podcast, they can be able to have that opportunity to write down your info for them to buy this book. And look, to you listeners out there that's listening right now here on Ethic Talk Radio, look, I recommend anyone from all over the world, and it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you have to be black to read this book. Anybody can read this book, y'all, for real. What should we all do after Trayvon Martin trial? Man, look, any of you listeners out there, y'all need to get that book, man. Hey, go ahead, man. Let them know what's up. Listeners, they coming in like crazy listening to us right now here.
If I can answer the question to that title, just myself, aside from the reading, I would have to say that when I wrote that title, it's not just intended for blacks, it's intended for all Americans. What should we all do? Anybody who pays attention to political issues like this.
Right.
And what I meant, or what the ending goal is to inform blacks about this system and how narrow-minded, biased, ignorant, and racist it is. And then the ending goal for non-blacks is to inform them of our pain, our struggle, our point of view, our perception on why we are the way we are, why we join gangs, why we have problems in our households, why we don't know our history, why we're so distracted in certain things. But it's not making excuses, because I'm also telling blacks that they need to wake up and not be ignorant and not be influenced by pop culture, not be influenced by American culture, to learn learn Afrocentric history and Afrocentric teachings and values, and understand that your ancestors and that where you come from means more than what you think and perceive you are right now in this America. And you are the powerful individual. You are the inferior individual. This is why they hate you so much.
Right.
And if anybody can't respect that, that's a non-black, then they don't need to have any interest in this. But if you're a human being, then that's where the all comes in, and that's where we can all agree to disagree. And when I say that, when I was at Cerritos College, I had this one guy come up to me, and he bought a book. Now he saw the title, and he bought the book, but he didn't say what side he was on. He didn't say nothing.
Right.
He just bought the book and read it. But he came up to me after he read it, during the next class, and he said, what did he say? He said, "Hey man, your book." He just came up to me all, joyful and rejuvenated.
Right.
And I was looking at him, and he said, "Hey man, your book really? I was on George Zimmerman's side of the case, man." And I looked at him, and I'm like, "What?" And what he said, "You changed my whole perspective." He said, "I never looked at it like that." Seriously, dude. He said, "You really changed my whole perspective, man." And I've switched sides, and now
I know
I
in your
understand it.
In your reaction, I know you was feeling like, damn! On that note, when you heard that, it just had you like, but it made you felt good in that moment. I'm pretty sure it did. For him to be on Zimmerman's side.
That was it.
And when he read the book, his whole perspective changed.
Yes. That was the key right there. That was the purpose. That was the purpose. For people like him.
Right.
To know and feel that pain.
Yeah.
And that through the writing, and feel this anger, feel this struggle, and feel this point of view that we trying to put across.
So what kind of feedback was you getting besides this guy that was on that side, but from other people that read your book? What was their feedback like? Have anybody approached you, given their feedback about your book?
Yes. a lot of, aside from him, he was one of the few that was on George Zimmerman's side, but everybody else in general had a lot of good things to say about the book. I've gave a couple class sets to some schools, got a couple purchases from schools, and then I also, my college, Cerritos College, bought a class set for their Emoja Black History program about 2 years ago. So that was, that's, a lot of people love the book, man. People are taken by it. I got people that give it to their kids to read, and it's a very insightful book for a black youth to have, because, mind you, I also had to drive to write the book because I'm the same age as Trayvon Martin.
Right now to this day.
Yeah, right now.
And you was
I'm
exactly
always
his age when this all
exactly
happened. When everything transpired, you was his age at that time.
Exactly. So that's another reason I always felt, a powerful, a presence to do this. And to be honest, every time I looked at Trayvon Martin on TV and saw his picture, it was like he was talking to me or crying to me, or telling me to help me.
Like you felt his presence, like you felt the energy of his presence is what I'm saying here, to where it was like, okay, you had to do this.
Yes.
One way or the other, you had to do this.
I had to. That's how I felt. I couldn't go on and be mentally strong in life or in anything that I could, that I wanted to do without getting this done, without pursuing this. Because I felt like he was asking me to help, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because of, what else? What can be done about this?
Right.
Who's going to say something? Who's going to speak up for us? Who's going to have our back?
Right.
Who's going to stand tall? And as you can see, nobody does. So that's why I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to keep on writing these kind of political views, and I'm going to become an attorney, and I'm going to give back, and I'm going to serve my community, my people, for the rest of my life. I don't like American culture. I don't respect American culture. I don't respect the values of white supremacy in American society. I only respect Afrocentric values, and I only respect what I'm trying to accomplish for mine. Right. And if anybody has any other opinions about that or finds that racist or whatever, then they can feel how they want to feel. Right. But as far as what's been done to my people, and slavery and racism and getting shot by police and being used for entertainment, being lynched, hung, and I feel no remorse for what I'm doing.
Hey, and you entitled to feel the way you feel about that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I tell listeners out there, you got to keep an open mind, regardless of the fact, whether you like it or not. Yeah. This is how you feel. Exactly. This is your outlook.
And I'm not racist. I can go around and be around white people to a certain extent. I'm not racist. Oh, white people. No, but if I feel a vibe, or if I pick up on something that's unfair, uncertain, or inaccurate, then I'm gonna speak up and I'm gonna represent. I'm gonna stand up, represent, speak up. And if they can't respect me for the proud black man that I am and that I plan to be, continue to be, then they can stay out. They need to stay out my way.
Right. Let you stay in your own lane.
And I'm gonna stand my ground just like George Zimmerman stood his ground.
That's right. Stand in your own lane like a wang on a string. You know what I'm saying? I get it, man. I get it. I totally get it, man. I totally get it. On that note, I think we covered a lot here on this radio show. You know what I'm saying? Is there any shout outs you want to give out at this point right now?
I just want to give a shout out to my boys, man. They know who they are if they listening. I just want to let and my family members who's listening, that I'm glad I thank you guys for your support, and we're gonna keep it coming, and this is a stepping stone. We're gonna keep it going, and it ain't over until it's over.
Right.
And I love all you guys, and my mom, I love you. You know, if you're listening.
That's what's up, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know, it's always good to reach out to cats like you, man. That's young, and what amazed me during this interview, I didn't know that you was the same age as Trayvon Martin. You know what I mean? And that's deep right there for just from your experience and how it affects you and all. It's like you done something about it. Instead of you just going on an uproar, you did something positive by making this book right here. This book.
Thank you, man.
This book right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a powerful book, man, for real. And I'm going to continue to read this book too as well, man. Right now, I'm on chapter 4. Right now, so far. At least you know that I've been reading the book and everything because, you know, I didn't want to get you on my radio show without having no type of acknowledgement to what you wrote in this book. You see what I'm saying? So reading it was just like, well, okay, it made me want to read more.
Okay, that's
you see what I'm saying? So that's because everything that you were saying in this book, I can relate to this as, you know, a black man growing up in the ghetto. Mm-hmm. I can relate to some of this stuff because what's going on is still going on in today's day and age.
Exactly.
Like, we in the new age, but it's just the way the game is played is being played differently. Mm-hmm. You follow me?
And we don't see it, you know. It's a certain little niches that we need to see in order for us to be able to wake up. Because it's not that we blind, it's not that we ignorant to, you know, but it's the fact that we just don't know what they hitting us with and how they coming.
Right.
So until we educate ourselves on history and you know, certain things,
and that's the main importance, is to educate yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was a saying they always say, well, if you want to hide it from a black man, put it in a book, or if you want to hide it from black people, put it in a book. And it's very important to educate yourself, learn the system, which is very important, learn the laws, because if you like unaware about the laws or unaware about certain things, they feel that they can get over on you. You see what I'm saying? Unless you stand up and fight back by learning the system. Once you learn the system can rule in your favor. It's all about the lingo, the language, how you address things. When you go, and especially if you feel like you have been wrongfully accused or wrongfully disrespected or wrongfully, you know, and this happens like everywhere. You see what I'm saying? From our society, through jobs, through business, through anything. These things happen every day. So the main importance, like my message to anybody listening to this is, if you've been dealing with trials and tribulations in your life, as, you know, it can be a black individual or any other individual, you gotta educate yourself, which is very important, because education is key. Knowledge is power.
Exactly.
Most definitely.
When you keep going, you're gonna find that quote. That same quote. If you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book, because they'll never find it. You'll come across that quote in my book too. Yeah,
because I mean, you can go to libraries. Yeah. They right in front of us. You just gotta seek the information, do your research, and know who you are and what you are at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because what's important is, like, you don't have to fake it to make it. Just be true to yourself.